What's up? What you doing? This was all on the fly. I didn't even know what I was going to talk about. There was some events that happened though. So what I said, you don't owe nobody shit when you level up. Nothing. And make sure the reality knows that. I do want to say that once you start leveling up, and everything will be revealed to you. So I want you to understand how to actively become aware of your blind spots. The only way to see blind spots is to have good mirrors, clear mirrors. But I want to say, in my life, as me climbing through the levels, I'm pretty sure you as well climb through the levels. The higher you go, the more mundane it gets. And when I say mundane, you could say opposed to like the spiritual community. Because at one time, I was so actively into knowing or understanding everything within that spiritual world that you lose track of the other side of you, the dual nature in you. So when I say mundane, meaning you don't have to know everything. You don't have to sound smart the higher you go. And when I say higher, it's perceived only through you. So it could be your next level. Me is like sitting down with these clients, entrepreneurs. Me sitting down with these real estate investors. And, they go from wholesaling to, let's say I'm going to use that as an example. They go from wholesaling to, fixing up a property and reselling it, then developing. The higher up you go, the more mundane it gets, meaning that there's really not a lot of mysticism to it. It's just clearer intent, more focus, more will, more grit, and occult power. And when I say occult power, I'm saying like the things that are hidden, the blind spots. It's less of using these spiritual terms and things like that. It's more of how you respond to things, how you move accordingly, how you leave behind no emotional residue in your decision making your decisions fast, and less emotional trauma. That's when I say mundane, is just practical and more like strategized. There's not a lot of fancy words in there. That's why they say it only takes like 34 words. If you know 34, if you put 34 words in your vocabulary, you have the potential to become a billionaire if that's your desired outcome in life. So all of you billionaires, millionaires internally. But the more higher up you go, the more mundane it gets, the less smarts are involved. It's all of those things that I mentioned that are required. And some, it's funny because I sat down with some clients and some don't even know the occultness behind it. And it's funny because some people have that unconsciously. You don't need to know what's behind it. So the higher up you go, the more mundane it gets. I said something about emotional residue. And I think I said this before. One of my favorite movies is Miss Sloane. I'm going to just put it like this. Her name is Elizabeth in this movie, and she's a lobbyist. Now, she asks this guy named Robert in the movie. There's a scene, and she says, "Do you know why your right lung has 3 lobes and your left lung has 2 lobes and it's smaller?" And Robert replies, because your heart needs the real estate. That's one of my favorite lines, and I'm a movie buff. That's one of my favorite lines. I think I said this before in my prior video. Because your heart needs the real estate. So when you get to these certain levels in your life, as you level up, it gets less mundane. I mean, more mundane. It's less emotional. And you have to be prepared for the emotions within that game. Within that game, you have to be prepared for the emotions that's being played, which means there's no room for emotions in those high-level games. What's up, Tiffany Allen? What's up? Hello. You're... So, as you're leveling up, what's up, Jewel? It's funny. What's up, Jewel? That's all we giving out here on this channel, some jewels. So you could put this jewel on that jewel, bust it down a little bit. Don't even bust it down, just turn it into something else. I like that jewel. Profound. Hey, what's up, Maggie? What up? King Thomas in the mother building. You hear me? I see y'all. So, you don't own nobody's shit when you level up. See, I always say this, because I went through this myself. If sometimes it feels like you have to sacrifice yourself you have to compromise yourself in order to make your environment better or make somebody else better. You have to lower yourself and subdue your intellect, subdue your consciousness, subdue your morals, subdue your values, just to see somebody else win. When you winning, you shouldn't give a fuck, because you're going to pay for that in other ways. So you don't have to pay the price. You don't have to pay somebody else for you leveling up. When you leveling up and the reality shows you struggles of other people around you or other things, don't fall for that illusion. I'm going to get back to that, but I was explaining the more you level up, the more mundane it gets as the levels go up. Whatever level it is, whatever level you on, doesn't matter. Like I said in the beginning of this live, for me it was sitting down with certain clients. And what I do is show entrepreneurs hidden value or blind spots that's affecting their business or in their personal life. Just to make it simple. So, for me, it could be me sitting down with a real estate investor, somebody who wholesaled, turned it into a flip, turned into a flipper, then turned into a developer. Is the same concept. Is the higher up you go, the more mundane it gets. Meaning, when I say mundane, it's no smarts involved. It's not, because I was in that lane 2 years ago. You fall into the spiritual things, like the spiritual community stuff, and you get so involved in it that you can get lost. You can get lost in whatever you do. If you do it to the point where you want to be so perfect, you could get lost within that and you want to know everything. So what I'm saying is the higher up you go, the more mundane it gets with words. It's no smarts. It's really about how you respond with your emotions, how much mental clarity you have, how can you articulate yourself, can you hold a good conversation poised, can you be relaxed under stressful situations, and how you respond, your grit. That's what's involved. That's what's going on. The higher up you go, the jokes and the smartness, or the sarcasm gets more intense. The jokes get a little bit sharper within that arena. Is how you compose yourself. And these are the blind spots that can affect your reality. But yeah, when you level up, you don't owe nobody shit. So don't fall for what happens outside of your reality, because you'll pay for that in the future or instantly. If you're like me, it happens instantly. So this is how you can also avoid, they call it like black swan effects. And a black swan effect is like something that happens that's almost impossible. So they got the black swan effect from, there was always white swans, and then it just so happened that they found a black swan in Australia. So this also happens in business where, unexpected things come to be or come to pass. So if you compromise yourself for somebody else's success, and it's not applicable to your values or your beliefs, you'll go into your black swan effect. And it might even affect your health, because this has to do with you allocating your energy, giving away your energy, compromising and sacrificing for somebody else's success. So you got to be careful on how you or where you allocate your energy to. And what's really behind a black swan effect, because it happens in the business, happens within you as well. what's really the drivers behind that are how you embrace your dark side, the dual nature of you, your thoughts, your feelings. Your dark side could be your emotions, your competitiveness, like underlying factors. These are like your deepest desires, sexual desires. This is your dark side, and if your wild side. So the same thing in business. If you don't embrace those and you don't apply them at your discretion, not because you're compromising and somebody else brings that out of you. If you do it willingly and strategic, you could avoid black swan effects. Meaning, a black swan effect, really, if you're looking at a chart, a black swan effect will look like this. So this is the trajectory of your business. Black swan effect is like this. It just dips. Dips like it just dips dramatically, instantly. Somewhere along that line, you misused, misaligned, and misallocated your energy, and it got used improperly. So it's up to you to do that at your discretion. So what I'm saying is back to the title. You don't owe nobody shit when you level up. So you might have went through in your black swan effect where you feel like loss of energy, crazy mind chatter, like to a degree where you never expected. It's like a minor depression, probably. Your health, you get a little sicker. And when these things come in, you're a little bit more vulnerable. So the only way out of that black swan effect is that fire within you. And you have to merge your white swan and your black swan, meaning you have your light and your darkness. So in business, you do the same things. You might do things that's wild. Maybe do something that you never done, like take a 2-week vacation if you're an entrepreneur, and see how your business runs without you. That's part of your wild side. Like, fuck it. And this is how you stay ahead of the game of a black swan effect, or your next level, how you level up. And this is also how you can replicate yourself by doing these things at your discretion, by your rules. Because there's drivers that I do want to talk about. I could probably later on, but it's the fire inside. That's how you stay alive. It's like this, like Twix. You know, like Twix, I'm eating the Twix right now. Maggie said she was leaving. So, Chi the God energy. That's funny. I like that. Good looking. It's funny that you put that up, because as soon as I got up in here, I was like, word though. As soon as I got up in here, I said, yeah. I said my stack bundles line. I got my chi back, niggas. I really said that. That's what's up. That means something. Yeah. Soon as, before like I clicked the live joint, the little button, I was like, yeah, I got my chi back, niggas, in my head. Wavy. Yup. So see, a black swan effect. So the only way to keep your wicks, like your candlesticks, your wicks, like a candle, is that fire. You have to embrace both sides. You can't compromise neither of the two. Can't split them. The fire is what makes it. That's how you keep going. Because if you don't, you're gonna be pulled under by the reality. So, yeah, your next level doesn't require no apology, especially right now. You probably entering that right now. You got to be a shark. And these is all internal games. It's not even really games of smarts. Can't be the smartest at everything. And another way to have, like, on another hand, another way to see blind spots in yourself is to have good mirrors. But good mirrors meaning you have to have a good environment of people. People could be mirrors in your reality, because they'll probably act out some of your deepest subconscious feelings or thoughts. Or simply, in a more practical sense, like I said about smarts, you don't have to know everything. They could know more than you. But what would happen for you to be around somebody who's better at something more than you? You would have to let go of your ego and your pride, your dark side. You see what I'm saying? It's those kind of games. And you have to play the game within the game to get ahead of the game. And make sure that it's not a sum-zero game at the end. Play a game where everybody wins. Make your own rules. And that's how you keep an ecosystem where shit is flowing. You understand what I'm saying? So you do level up on your own, and you should owe nobody none of that, because that's your world. That's your reality. And the only way these people come in is because of your subconscious. I had something else in mind I wanted to say just now. It'll come back. Y'all probably help me bring it back. Yup. Different ideas and different beliefs. And, yup. Well, different ideas. Yup. Quietly and strategically. And that's what I'm saying. Playing the game within the game. And sometimes in order to get what you want, you have to play the game strategically. And sometimes that might mean that you have to underlyingly be under them in a way. Let's say it could be like, let's say if you want to be the best server or waitress in the world, you have to be a servant. Not a servant like servant like, hey, how you doing, sir? people, what do you want? Can I walk your dog for you while you're waiting for your plate? Shit like that. And you'll get probably a $500 tip. That's just an example. But you have to be under certain people to get what you want in order to create what you want. And that's okay. That was just an example. That ain't the end all be all, but that's just an example. So there's things behind what you do. That's the energy that you put behind into what you do is very important. So what I'm saying, what I said in the very beginning of this video, there's a lot of like will involved. So you have to have like the physical will, energy, the mental energy and capacity, and the occult power. Because when you are like embodied by that aura, that's the aura that makes things happen within your reality. That feeling, not necessarily the physical energy and the effort that you see, is what you're telling yourself. This and that, this, like what you're telling yourself, that whatever you're expecting to happen happens, and have that conviction. And that is not infringement on somebody else's world. It's just the aura that you carry that makes them perform the actions that's needed for you to get what you want and they want. So make sure that it's full circle. In order to make it feel, it's not equal. It's you get what you want, they get what they want. I'm not saying that is equal, but that's the power that you gotta hold. So when I say is the energy behind it, it's not necessarily what you're doing. It's what you're doing like behind the scenes to make that thing happen. Like for instance, going to the gym, right? It's not just going to the gym and working out every day. It's what you do outside of it. It's the like mind to muscle connection. I want my chest, my pecs to grow. I'm gonna emphasize mind to muscle connection on this muscle right here, not the bottom half of my chest, not the side of my chest, my pecs, mind the muscle. So it's not what I'm doing, it's what I'm doing behind it. Also, going to the gym is what I eat. And that doesn't happen within the gym, that happens outside of it. Also, resting in order for me to grow. Relaxing, resting, still, being still. That's what helps me grow outside the gym. So it's the things behind what you're doing is what's making the things go and run. You understand what I'm saying? Like, the energy behind the things, and if you encompass yourself with that energy, you'll be all right. Do whatever you want. That's necessary. Never really get lost into what's going on in your reality when you're leveling up. Do not get distracted I could use these words like illusions, but I don't want to lose you. Just pay attention. Like, um, I know it didn't happen to you before. Like, you became successful and everything else around you started to break down. Family, friends, you even get the black text like, you just got some chicken, some bread, some money, $100. Somebody calls you, can I borrow $100? Like, yo, how the hell you know I got $100 saved up? I just told myself I'm putting this shit up. And you called me? Who told you I got $100? But that's how you know. That's the reality. You don't owe nobody nothing. Respectfully. So I'm just saying this as a reminder because I went through all of these things. Black swan effects within me, not outside of me. It's within me. Nah, that's a fact. He said, shut up, little bro. You in the way. See, you never got a black text. See, look, like this. Some people never been in the street. Like, niggas would tell you, like, somebody. I was a somebody. Not to say I'm not bringing that up, but this is just an example. Like, I really done seen things. Now, that life right there, helped me be a hustler and well-rounded as hustle in my life. But it created, as I look back in hindsight, like my retrospective analysis on that, like when you look back, it's like, oh shit, it caused so much resistance in this life, in these new levels. Like this, money came in so fast for me that I spent it fast. So as I was leveling up, I didn't shake that up off me. So I was doing things and not really investing my money. See, these are the things niggas don't tell you. Coming from the street. Like, those are blind spots that you have to deal with. Money comes in and you don't invest it because you already programmed yourself so much. When you was in the street, you was getting it. Then you got a regular job. You might have, left the streets after a certain amount of years. You got a job, but you still doing that same pattern, that same program of getting money in and money comes out because you're not used to handling that capacity. So what you gonna do? You gonna follow the same pattern. What else brought that life brought that I had to shake off later and it was affecting me? Making people feel good. Right or wrong. When you in that world, it's about impression and making people feel good. It's like you gotta look good. You gotta stay in that status quo. Discipline. This is why people stay in the same job for 40 years. Someone else's business and dream. Same shit. Different frequency. You see? It's the same thing, different frequency. And that's what I'm saying. That's perfect. And that's what I'm talking about, Chi. That's a blind spot. And that's what I'm saying. If we learn to see these blind spots in our realities all day, you'll never get lost. You'll never get lost. because that's a blind spot. Same thing. Because you haven't developed, and that too, because deep down the subconscious value, because this is a good subconscious value and a bad subconscious value. So a bad subconscious value could be that, yeah, they staying in there for 40 years because you could tell them like, yo, why don't you leave your job? You got this opportunity right here for a little bit of more dough. And they'll be like, nah, I'm good right here because, I just got to be responsible. They'll tell you it's responsible, but deep down inside, they actually fear trying something new, even though they see the evidence that it might work in their favor. It's not really responsible. So we got to watch these things and watch what we really feel and say, because deep down inside, you're really in fear. So you won't progress or go to your next level. And that's all I be saying. You got to watch these blind spots. So like that person that said about the $100, I was just saying an example. I'm not saying that that was me, but you telling yourself, yeah, I'm gonna put these 100. I'm just sometimes see, I be trying to be relatable. That's me trying to be nice. Or should I say what I really put up? But yeah, $100, you say to yourself, yeah, I'm gonna put up this 100 cash, and somebody calls you to borrow 100 cash. Now, this could be subconsciously that you're trained, you're programmed, money comes in, you just give it. Somebody needs it, you just give it. Oh, yeah, here, I got it. Here, I got it. Or you just spend it. But it's the program. Realities testing you again. It's not even testing you. It's just following your orders, what you do all the time. Somebody's gonna call you for those 100 cash. But now your new level is, I'm gonna put these up and I'm not gonna touch it. I don't care who asks for it or what needs it. I'm gonna put this up for now. I'm gonna let my money make babies, right? And you're gonna get tested by the reality. Exactly. Time is the most valuable thing. Is how we perceive time as well. Like time is the most valuable thing. You would know that because subconsciously you know I could give you $100 million. But if you're dying, I'd be like, you want these $100 million or you want to get saved and not die today? You'll be like, I want to get saved and not die today. That's how you know time is more valuable. But it's however you perceive time. I perceive time differently than a lot of people. I talk about that a lot in my videos too, how to perceive time. Yeah. Yep. See, if niggas don't got the same beliefs, the same values as you, it could be anybody, family, friends, then you know you playing a game where whenever that game you design that person is needed, then you could play the game. But other than that, that game, if it's not reciprocated, then we can't do nothing. We can't do nothing. When I first started my little business at first, I called it a little business. It wasn't how it is now, of course, but I just felt like I could deal with anybody. I could help anybody. And that was just not true. Because the people I dealt with too, I also learned from. It's like, the way I see it is like we win. We have a problem. We gonna fix that problem. There's always a solution. So that's my view of things. Nah, Chi, you be on the money, man. On the set. Anything you say, you be on the money. You be knowing, like, so that's all I be saying, man. Yep. Yep. Work till you 70. So you could enjoy the rest of it for the next 4 years. And then that's the life expectancy, though. And my phone about to die. I used to make my own clothes as a pe. That's how I really started. I used to make my own. I would tell you that if you want to start, yo, you got to start. You got to crawl before you walk. So I would say practice with like a Cricut or a Brothers Two machine, which is vinyl. Start with vinyl. Market it. Do like get into like start to look. I'll do it like this if I was you, because I made mistakes. um I'll tell you that, because I have a record label. Me and my brother got a record label, BDM Records, right? So I would start with making your brand first. Start making content, then produce your shirts and stuff. Start with vinyl. Learn marketing. I would start with learning marketing. Like learn marketing first. How you gonna market your stuff? Like who you are, brand yourself, who you are, start to make content. Then when it comes to the material making, go buy your shirts at wholesale. You can look it up on Google, whatever AI. Go get some vinyl. That's like a heat press. Go get your machine that cuts the vinyl, which is a Cricut machine or a Brothers Two machine, and start making those shirts. Learn how to make that. But first is marketing. And I would say start getting good at sales as well. Learning the skill of sales is very important. So I would do it in that pattern. You know what I'm saying? Learn marketing, start making your brand, start doing content, and make the shirts. And in that time, start practicing to make your shirts while you learning marketing, while you branding, while you doing content. Because I'll tell you one thing is the energy behind it. People don't buy your shirts. People buy the energy behind it, who you are. And that's the trick. So you could, like, that's what I be saying. Effort doesn't make things happen. It's not just effort. People will not buy your clothes just because you stamped it and you did this. They buying who you are, really. So that's a secret, a little gem I could give you. Besides that, you could DM me. I'll answer some deeper question. Wholesaling properties. Yes, exactly. Marketing is very important. Learn that. Learn the skill of sales. How to you know, all sales. I'm gonna just say sales. I don't want to say like other stuff. And the songwriter. Yeah, thank you, man. I've been through it, so because I had a lot of inventory before of things, and I used to do custom things, and that was even worse when I was doing that, um, because it's a lot of work, but you have to have the energy for it. I spoke about that earlier. Is exerting energy, physical, mental, and occult, all in one. Make sure you have that all in one, and you'll be all right. And after that, you could get into DTF. You could buy a printer. What is it for like $8,000? Start printing. I never got to that level. I was like, fuck it, I ain't doing that shit no more. But I learned a lot. I learned that, oh, I had to learn sales. I had to learn marketing and the energy behind things. It was not just me printing something and going to sell it. It's they was buying who I was, not what the clothes were. So, yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, see, look, that's my brother right there. My brother Luch right there, BDM Lucci. He'll tell you, yo, cuzzy, they asking me about, shirt making and stuff. And I was just telling them like how intricate that thing is and the things that it takes. That it's not really the clothes that you print. Niggas is not buying that. Niggas is buying who you are. So they was not buying like BDM shit. They was buying, they know, them niggas, BDM niggas, yeah, we need that. So yeah, that's my brother right there. If y'all in the comments I can see. Yeah, work all week, hustle on the weekends, man. You would know when it's time to chill. It'll tell you, man. You would know. Yeah, look what he said, guys. Just go back. Look, that's my brother right there. He'll tell you. All you gotta do is read that comment. I got my hands up. So it's exactly what I was telling y'all. So if y'all want to do that, get into that. That's what it takes, really. Is how you exert energy. And if you're looking for a desired outcome as far as money, money is the byproduct of those three. The occult power, your physical energy, and your mental energy. If you use those three, you'll be all right. He told you, man. Yeah. Yeah, my niggas over here eating Twix. My phone about to die. It's on like 5%. Yeah, motion, man. Motion, chi. That's all it is, man. And that's what I'll be saying. So to have that energy, to be able to exert that, those things are imperative. And stay away from doubters. Yes. Yeah. Stay away from people that don't believe in the same things as you or similar. Because people, your brothers or whatever, they don't have to believe the same thing. But as long as something meets in there, those values, yeah. If they're doubters, yeah, you gotta, kick them off the ship. You gotta kick them off the V. You gotta kick them out the V. They can't really ride with you on that mission. Probably somewhere else. But yeah, very important. Staying away from doubters. But yeah, my niggas, man, everybody who showed up. Like I said, I ain't know what I was talking about today. Just popped up in here. Y'all kept it live though. Hopefully, y'all took the jewels. I got some of the jewels from y'all. So it's all love. You know what we do over here though, man. This is Bundy. And we keep it infinite over here, man. We keep it infinite. Man, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Chi. Just keep on holding it down, man. You'll be right where you want to be. That's how you got to do it on your own. Like I said, it is better. You won't owe nobody nothing, man. Just do it on your own. That's a clearer path. You won't have mixed signals showing up because you don't have mixed signals. So in turn, if you do it on your own, you know that you could only blame yourself for the things that happen. And you're going to have to respond to those things in the way that you respond to them things. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. Oh, I'm sorry, Chi. Yeah, that's a beautiful name. My fault. My fault. My fault for that. That your energy balance, man. You got strong. Yeah. Yeah. All right. All right, Chi. I got you. Yeah, man. So you know what we do over here, man? We keep it infinite. Gotta be a shark right now. Infinite. You in the fin. And you know what the fin do, right? So man, thank y'all. Showing love. I'm gonna keep showing love too, man. Love is love. I'm gonna show that back.